So here's the deal. One of the weirdest things about being an adult with a 9 to 5 job is that when you finally get some free time, it feels like it needs to be special. It feels like it needs to be meaningful. So what usually happens for me is that I'll open up Steam and I just take a look at my games and I feel like there's this pressure like, okay, I only have a couple hours. What's the best way to spend it? And funnily enough, that thought can stress me out. It's supposed to be a time of relaxation, a time where I get to do what I want. I get a break from work. But the fact that there's this pressure where I'm like, I need to have fun in this time, it's a little intimidating. Do I want to start a brand new single player game and learn all these new mechanics that's probably not going to be super enjoyable in the beginning, get invested in a brand new storyline, or do I go back to something that's comfortable? And lately, more often than not, I have ended up back in the same place. Call of Duty Zombies.
We should go find the fuse box.
Out of all the options that I have, God of War, Cyberpunk, Red Dead Redemption, The Witcher, these giant, sprawling, narrative-driven games, I end up going back and grinding waves of zombies. Why, you ask? Because for me, it's simple. It's familiar. It's cozy. Even though you don't really think that zombies is cozy, it just feels like my happy place. I know the maps, I know the weapons, I know the rhythm, I know the Easter eggs, which can be fun and challenging at the same time. And there's no pressure to remember where I left off in a storyline. There's no pressure to remember the characters or the controls. It's really easy gameplay, very simple. You just survive. So because of that, I find myself going back again and again. I just boot it up, and within minutes, I'm back in, surviving, redoing Easter eggs, and just having a great time. So the interesting thing about why I like zombies so much contrasts very much with what I don't like about work is I feel like routine is the enemy. The 9 to 5 grind, waking up to the same schedule every day can feel suffocating. For me, it has. It's a cycle that you kind of chose originally. You wanted a job to be able to provide for yourself and your family. So in a way you chose it, but also in another way, you're kind of forced and you're stuck in it. But Zombies flips that on its head because I am the one who's choosing to put myself in the repetition, put myself in the same game where it's comforting instead of draining. The cycle isn't being forced upon me at this point. I'm choosing it. It's on my own terms. The same loop that might feel soul crushing at work becomes a lot more calming when I'm the one going around zombies maps, getting headshots, getting wonder weapons, escaping craziness, and having the time of my life. Another way that zombies is different from a 9 to 5 where, it can be lifeless and just feels like you're trapped in a prison. Zombies is not mindless. Zombies is constantly keeping the loop fresh from Easter eggs, gun variations, wonder weapons that are fun, playing with friends. The base game of Zombies is pretty much the same from game to game. That might get a lot of flack from the hardcore zombies communities, but that's how I view it. It's a simple premise. You're just there to survive. But depending on what game you're playing and what map you're playing, just surviving kind of goes to the back burner, and your new goal is to complete the Easter egg. Maybe if work had more Easter eggs, I'd be a lot more interested. Like, it would be funny if my boss would just leave clues in Slack messages or whatever, like, oh, you need to go outside and go get your mail because I sent you a letter with a bonus for this month or something. That'd be crazy. That'd be a great boss. I'm looking at you bosses listening to this video. There's an idea there. You got to take it. Anyway, back to what I was saying. I think I would get a lot more tired of zombies if there wasn't a different goal that I had in mind, like the Easter egg that I want to complete and, I can continue to improve my time on, rather than just being stuck in Nocturne Toten, I would probably get tired of it. And I don't know how much I would play zombies if that method of zombies had just stuck around and it was never innovated upon, changed up, or taken some risks. It would be tough. For a while, I did try to complete a new Easter egg map each time I hopped on, so it was fun to challenge myself because some of those are really hard, especially because I am still kind of learning the game and getting better, so it was a lot of fun for me. Although recently, I've started doing something new when I play survival maps, and it totally changed the narrative completely. So here's what I've been doing. I'll hop in town or knocked, and what I do is I mute the volume so I don't have those obnoxious zombies screaming at me. So I'm not even listening to the game at all. And I put on an audiobook. That right there is the recipe to bliss. Pure bliss, I'm telling you. I have had so much more fun playing zombies while I'm listening to a book that is really interesting and captivating. It's like the best of both worlds. I feel like instead of just laying in bed and listening to it or just sitting in a chair, I guess doing nothing, I can still be focused on something that really doesn't require too much of my attention, just, mindlessly killing zombies on a survival map, like I said. In a weird way, I am actually paying closer attention to the book because the game is keeping me busy enough where my mind doesn't really wander. And yeah, like it just works perfectly. Maybe I have ADHD or something. Maybe this is the cure for anyone who has ADHD is play a game while you listen to an audiobook. But yeah, like it's been so much fun and I'm just cruising through audiobooks now. Like, man, that is my new 9 to 5. If that was my 9 to 5, that'd be awesome. But as I've been doing this recently, I have been a lot more relaxed and chill and not stressed as much about the next day of work, or especially when the Sunday scaries come around. Obviously, there'll probably always be a level of that where, I really don't want to go back to work on Monday. But I think taking back some time for myself and taking the time to find something that I really enjoy doing, because I've really liked listening to audiobooks recently. I don't know why this video just turned into a promo for audiobooks, but I'm rolling with it. Basically, audiobooks are awesome. And if there's a fun way for me to listen to them while I'm doing something else, I'm going to take it. With all of that said, maybe the lesson here is that routine isn't the enemy. Routine can only become the problem when you don't have control over it. But when you're the one actively choosing it, that's when you decide that this cycle is what makes you happy, and it completely changes the game. So that's what zombies has been for me. Out of all the ways, all the games that I could be playing in my very limited free time, I find myself coming back over and over again to the comfort of repetition. And for me, that's brought a lot of chillness back into my life. Thank you for listening. I hope this video can bring some chillness into your life as well. And my closing thoughts are for you to find a game that is your comfort game, where you can go back and maybe throw on an audiobook, Find a book. I guess that's the real lesson here. Anywho, see y'all later. Like and subscribe if you liked the video, please. Thank you. Bye-bye.